The more things change, the more they stay the same. Boundaries shift, new players step in, but power always finds a place to rest its head.
Hey, welcome back lads. So there has been some massive, and I mean massive leaks that show off the new content in Modern Warfare 2 as well as Warzone 2, and that includes images of multiplayer maps, info about perks, weapons, stuff like that. So I think we should just jump right into it, because this must be one of the biggest leaks of all time, and of course I cannot show the images but we can talk about it. So the leaker Reality has recently released a lot of Modern Warfare 2 stuff that was found in the alpha testing of Warzone Mobile. Now he has found a way to get access to images relating to that content, images that show the Grand Prix multiplayer map and show that the map itself seems to take place in and around the F1 pit building in Singapore, so the map itself is surrounded by the racetrack but not actually on the racetrack itself. So yeah, it's an image of the loading screen and the building seems to be like exactly like this one in real life, so it could be a very close quarters indoor map. And now this image is of the Getty Museum and looks identical to the museum multiplayer map, like it's a one-to-one remake of the real-life location. That is nice and all, but I just hope that it equals a good multiplayer map design, you know. There isn't really much else to take away from the museum loading screen, but we have heard previously that it's supposed to have a very classic 3-lane map design, similar to Raid from Black Ops 2, and as we expected, the map Farm 18 is not actually a farm, but a military training facility inside an overgrown cement factory. That was a bit of a mouthful, but I think the layout is supposed to be somewhat like Shoot House or Kill House, and those are the 3 standard multiplayer maps that YouTubers got to play early, and I think that we will play in the multiplayer beta. Now we have a load of ground war maps which are also taken from the Warzone 2 map, which is supposed to take place in some South American desert according to leaks, but I'm a bit confused because from these images I'm personally getting more of a Middle East vibe for it. For example, the Warzone map is codenamed Saba, that's S-A-B-A, and the image for that is some kind of Middle Eastern looking town with these big wooden doors and, you know, with that kind of like Middle East dome buildings. It reminds me of Dust 2 from CSGO. Then we have the ground war map Hydro, which seems to have a river splitting the map in 2. As we know, Modern Warfare 2 has swimming mechanics and water vehicles, and on the bank of the river is some sort of desert ruins and a town. Then there is oil fields, which looks just like Collateral from Cold War with these like big oil storage things and walkways between them. Next is Syrah. The loading screen for this is really hard to explain. It's just some kind of building that could be a shopping center, a train station, I don't know. Fishtown, which seems to just be a lighthouse and a building next to it. The other thing is that there is a separate multiplayer map just called Lighthouse, so I'm wondering if it could be like the strike maps from Cold War, where you have these kind of bigger combined arms or ground war maps which are cut down into regular sized maps. So one of the other maps, confirmed maps, is Said, a large urban or city map for ground war, but it was also described as the perfect marriage of ground war and core multiplayer. So maybe that is another map where there are like 2 different sized versions of it, and there was no image for Said, but yeah, that also exists. Pretty sure that is that for maps, but Reality also leaked Dead Silence, and I celebrated. Then I remembered that it could still exist as a field upgrade, but hopefully it is a permanent perk. And then some additional weapons is the PSG-1 sniper rifle, which is part of the G3 family, and then another R700 variant, and some revolver made by Smith & Wesson. So there you go, that is a kind of brief overview of all the leaked information. Reality posted a lot, but has now been taken down by Activision, so yeah, stay spicy, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.